It's so crazy. Yes, I am. It takes time, but we're broadcasting on the radio. So everybody heard you say you're not broadcasting on YouTube. That's why I'll be like, quiet, quiet. Man, talking
Oops.
about live show. You gotta be ready. Gotta be ready. Leslie, good morning. Happy Saturday to my lovely people. I had to switch it up. Y'all know I usually be like, good morning. Everything is in threes, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So good morning, good morning, good morning. I was going to stop because I see a lot of other people do it. They don't know why I do it, but I got to give my Father his due glory. So, spread word. Good morning, good morning, good morning, lovely people. How are we this Saturday morning? How you doing, Nate the Agitator?
I'm fine. I hope I'm not fined,
Ah,
but
you're
I'm
good.
fine.
It's over. Let's go. We move on. This star
Mhm.
quality. Keep it going. Listen, acting 101, performing arts. If you mess up, keep going. Nobody else will know unless you tell them as I did. And you
Well,
keep
you
it like, we good. Done. Spilt milk. Clean it up and move on. So let's give it up to Nate the Agitator.
agitating Americans ever since I've been born.
Yeah, you are so funny. You know what? We got these hot topics to cover before we talk about what we spoke about last week, which was like freaking amazing. And the response to our conversation as far as um, being a black man and being dark skinned and all that stuff, I had no idea that guys dealt with that.
Whew.
So thank you to to those who commented, inboxed, emailed. If you would like the email address, it is shoptalkwithmel@yahoo.com. You can catch me on all socials at Shop Talk with Mel and send those inboxes. But I'm glad that it actually, you know, helps some people because that's what it's all about. Inspiring, encouraging you to let you know that's not it, and motivating you to move on to bigger and better things. That's the old. This is the new. Let's grab this hot topic real quick with Benzino. If you don't know who Benzino is, he was on one of them Love and Hip Hops. I don't know which one.
You dude with no neck?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I still got mine because I've been eating a
Hey.
lot. I'm like, because I've been throwing some back. Got a freaking vegetarian pizza. It's not vegetarian. It's a vegetable pizza. Still eating. Look, still eating.
I
You
know.
just motivated me. Yeah, I'm about to put. Look, y'all, for real. I like got it right there. I might pinch on it throughout the show though.
Oh, hey, I'm trying to get that sponsorship too. Holla at me, girl.
You
We
need to,
want
Big Deborah in the building. You need to get that. Look, get that sponsorship. Here we
Hey,
go.
I
I ain't
didn't
gonna
want
put
her.
that pizza out there, but yeah, Benzino. So Benzino is. Wait, let me start. Sips tea before I spill it. Let me get some. Let me get some. So
Uh-huh.
Benzino was talking about how his daughter is blasting him. Coi Leray. Oh my gosh, I know the song. The song bangs. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna play it for y'all. But he was talking about how she is blasting him in different interviews and saying that he asking her for money and blah blah blah. But this is where the shop talk question of the week comes in at because of their situation. Just Google it. There's a whole bunch of extra stuff. There's always extra on social media. Do you think it's okay to ask your child for money? Even though you took care of your child, because that's what he puts out there. He took care of her. He was doing this thing in the streets. Boom. A lot of people know Benzino. You knew him offhand with the neck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But once you make it and you become successful, do you think that it is your responsibility to take care of your parent? That's the shop talk question of the week. Uh, if you want in on this conversation, you guys already know you can put it in the comments. I'll read it out loud. If you don't want to put it in the comments, that's all right too. Your girl got you covered. You could call in and voice your opinion live, or you can actually text. And if you text, I won't say who you are. So let's talk. Let us shop talk.
Mm.
I did that. I'm scratching and sampling. What you got?
That's it. And scratching. That's a hard one. Hopefully you raised your children to want to give back. I know I want to buy my mom a house when I played for the Northside Knights. I was 10 years old. My parents have never asked me. They're a unit and they have
Well,
each
she's
other.
grown. She's like 23 now. So as an adult,
Well,
is it your duty? Let me rephrase it. Is it your duty to take care of your parents as an adult?
yes.
Yes,
It comes
you
full
agree.
circle. I believe so. I'm in the midst of doing it now. You know what I mean? My dad's not, but yeah.
Okay. Do you think it is your children's responsibility to take care of you? If you short on money and you can't pay your bills, let's keep it like because we as black people, we know we taking care of our elderly
Right,
parents. We gonna do
right,
that.
right.
I'm talking
Because I mean, that's a
I'm
good
talking
question.
financially. Right now, this age, do you expect your children to take care of you?
Not take care of me, but I mean,
Your
hitting them
bills,
up for
you short on your bills. You don't expect
I,
your child to be like, hey, listen, let me pay your bills.
without me asking, no, they're not going to do that. But I have time from time to say, hey, uh, cash at me this so I can give you the cash. Well, that's more like an ATM thing, and I give them an ATM fee. But
No, take care. Your bills are short because that's what the problem is. He's short on his bills. He don't have the money like he used to have. His daughter is doing her thing. So
well, you can ask. I don't see a problem with asking, but it ain't. I don't think you should expect them to. I mean, expect it just to be done. But I mean, if she's doing it like that and she has it, wouldn't you want to? I mean, that's a loaded question to me. I'm like, well, how did he raise her? Was he there for her? Because I mean, I know I feel, and that's very seldom you'll hear that Nate feels, but that I've put in and gave put into my children enough to understand that, hey, there's gonna come a time if I need you and you there. Family's number one. So speaking it from my point of view, when
okay,
you
speak
said
because I want to hear it.
when you said take care of your parents, it's, yep, I'm going to take care of my parents. But if I'm the parent, and I'm looking down at my kids. It's like, I don't know, but I am all for communication. So you can say, hey, listen, I'm running this, that, and other. Hey, I need $2 till next Tuesday or whatever the case may be. And if they have it, so be it. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I know you have $2 and I need it and I raised you and blah blah blah. It's just like the whole thing. A real man never has to say, I'm the man. You never have to say that. To your children, you should never say, I know you have it and I need it and you should because I did this and I did that. No,
I think
that's your duty.
she's blasting him. She's
Yeah.
blasting him on.
I don't see a lot of raising and a lot of nurture. I don't see him doing a good job. I blame him. I mean, if my kids blast me, they know they can still get it. These hands are still available. Wah wah.
See, I'm gonna be honest with you. She thinks girls are players too.
Oh,
Mm,
okay.
See,
Oh,
she
so
got
she
that.
got
That's that
new money.
Busta Rhyme,
Yeah, yeah,
that Busta Rhyme bass line back there.
yeah. But so she got new money. So she brand
On
new.
new money.
Yeah, she got new money. She brand new. Um, yeah, for her to even do that, it points to me to him not like being there. Man, he might have threw a check at her or did the minimum, but he didn't instill any value in this child because that falls under value to me. I
Okay.
mean, if my mom was short on something, I give it to her, or if I don't get it, I try to figure it out. But I ain't gonna get on thing like my mama asked me for $20. Can you
Well,
believe it?
she's young, so we got to go with her age bracket. You know what I mean? So she's young.
I'm not giving her
New
the
money,
age. I give
huh?
her new money. I'm not giving
New
her the
money.
age.
But
You
I
should
ain't
know.
trying to be funny. Her storyline. So her doing all this extra stuff as far as like the different interviews and stuff like that. I think she got where she got because of him. They knew this is Benzino's daughter. Boom. Let's see, and then paid attention to her. Let's see what we have. Now she did stream some stuff on the internet. Girls are players too for the lovely people. I mean that it bangs. That's because that Busta
Mhm.
Rhyme bangs.
Right.
And streaming. Now we know that 1,500 streams is one record. So that's how she got known. So they out there, they streaming it, but I think more people are streaming it because of her dad.
Well, that also points me into the thing is he didn't instill any value or something in her.
He paid child support. He said he paid child support. Listen,
that's pretty much.
I'm sorry. I just got to say this. Jesus, the Lamb of God. So the studio is in a building. So the people next door, like, weed ain't legal till December the 7th. I got the window open because I like fresh air. They go outside, they smoke weed. It's coming in here. Baby. If I start talking a little funny or seem a little odd, y'all already know I got a contact from that guy. Okay? And hopefully he's listening.
Yeah. You're tripping, man.
Wait, here's what's crazy. No lie. How you coughing before you take a puff?
Hey, I don't get it. I don't get it. It looks too painful to me.
If you cough before you take a puff, you should not be puffing. There is some respiratory issues. The nurse in me is coming out. Like, there is some respiratory issues.
Hey, their holiday coming up in a couple weeks. The 7th one is legal.
But December the 7th is legal.
Right.
Like, I can figure something out and figure out what's what.
Maybe I should give the kids an ounce of the stickiest of the icky for Christmas.
Or how about, or just let me know. Then that way be like, shut your window. And see, I don't have no assistant right now, so they can't even shut the window for me. I can turn the air on.
We on our way now. We on our way mail.
What?
My assistant must be white though.
Yeah. Off today. Anyway, here's my thoughts. I'm gonna tell you mine. He is her storyline, and that's fine. But for her to go and just do a whole campaign against Benzino is kind of foul. Now, do I expect my children? I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put some of these comments up so the people on YouTube can actually see too. And for the listeners, weed is good for you. Yeah, real weed. Like authentic, like not laced with nothing. The chemicals.
Marijuana, not just the devil's lettuce that they're smoking. That's immoral. Satan's dandruff.
You are hilarious. But I feel like she's not responsible for taking care of her parent. That's like me asking, okay, I'm gonna put it out there. I have a problem with if one of my peers asked my children to borrow money. I got a problem with it because because I feel like it is not my children's responsibility. It is not my children's responsibility to take care of my responsibilities. Having a roof, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, having a roof over my head, me making sure I eat every day, my needs are met. I think that I read Monica's comment.
Yeah, I seen it too. I shouldn't be over there because now you showed me how to do that. I'm like,
listen, I just think that we raised our children. They are caring for themselves. Take care of yourself.
Here we go. You ready?
I'm not expecting my children to take care of me, of my responsibilities. Listen to me.
Ready?
Nope. 1 second. Of my responsibility. If I can't pay my bills, I'm not looking to my child. I need to be doing something a little bit better because let's talk. This walk ought to be bringing in. My bills should be paid all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. If
you were born with the instant moneymaker, men weren't. But I mean, go ahead.
What is happening? But him as a man, still, first of all, one, how you asking a female? How you asking your daughter to help you make ends meet? Your daughter, she's a female, so you whack for that. Now, if you asking your son and y'all got that thing, okay, because it's a thing between fathers and sons that I seen. Boom, boom. But your daughter, like, I would not, and I said, yo, Y-O. Come on, man, I can't. Monica, here's yours. All right, Monica. Okay, puff, Monica. I'm cool.
I'm calling the job and tell her, make sure they know that.
It's just like cigarettes. So you smoke your cigarettes. I don't need your contact.
Here we go.
Now,
Ready?
what's your thoughts on what you got to say about my rebuttal as far as your children taking care of you or taking care of your responsibilities? If I don't eat, that's my fault. At this stage of the game, I can still work. Now he can still work. If he couldn't still work, that'd be different. He can still work. Like, get out here and get your own. Reinvent yourself. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, Mel. Your mom's electric is about to get cut off at her house. Would you help her?
My mom is on disability. So
I don't need all of the specifics. As you as a person, would you help your mom with her getting her electric cut off or on she $200 down or whatever the case may be? Would you help your mother?
Healthy mother. I know y'all want to hear it. Okay, yes. Yes.
Ta-da! That's it. That's it. You ready? You ready?
Ask me would I help my dad?
Would you help your dad?
No.
Okay. And that even helps my argument. Now,
go ahead.
If Benzino was there for his daughter and did what he's supposed to do, like I said, that's in him rearing her. There's something else there. That daughter, your daughter, would probably do the same.
Remember, I'm 23 though.
Your daughter, if it came out that you was running low on money and you couldn't pay your electric bill, do you think your daughter would try to help you?
Do I think that my daughter would try to help me? Yeah.
Yes. Ta-da, there it is. You reared into those child. You poured into the child. You spoke into them child. It's unwritten. You're somebody's mother. Just like you have a mother that you would do for, the children have a mother or father that's been there for them and done for them, and they'll do for them. My son wouldn't let me go out with it. He would fight, hey, dad running short, let me do. They'll do what they have to do no matter what the situation, because that was put in them. If you're a good parent.
So do you tell your children you're running short?
I personally, that's a hard one. That's a hard one.
We're going to dig a little deeper as soon as we get this show started. So we about to get it started. All right? All right. Yes.
Everything that happens is motivation.
Hey,
what's going on, man? What's the deal?
Before we get started, today's topic is stay focused. You're professional now.
All right. Oh yeah.
Today's topic is growing up a Black man, and I put the quotations for those who are viewing, and in all caps, on there intentionally. We getting ready to dig deep into this conversation. Y'all heard the Shop Talk question of the week. We'll finish that, and we're going to get deep and go into depth with this conversation. But I would like to introduce our guest, and I got his regular name there because he about regular. You know, this is the dude. We know what he does now. We got everybody on the panel is professional. He is a pastor. He is a president. He is doing it all. Let's give it up to my dude, Jeff Stanford.
What's up? What's happening, Mel? How you doing? Thank you so much for having me on today.
Yes. I wanted to, I'm glad you just put Jeff, because I need people to be 100, because we know how hard it is to be real around our pastors. And the reason I say that is because of the level of respect in our community.
True. Facts.
Now you all Shop Talk. We ain't got to church. We all Shop Talk. Listen.
Wow.
And I know y'all know each other. Look at all the gray showing. Do you see?
We battled on the field together as high school in the back. Me and Jeff. Together.
Me and Nate used to ride. We used to ride around in that little gray car you have, bumping Uh,
Man,
There's
listen,
some history.
we talked about that last week, didn't we? What the people was commenting on it last week?
There's some history.
Now,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
everybody know, hey, you got the attention. You got
Indeed.
the attention. It was like, boom, this is this guy. But when the dude said about, you know, when he was talking about you with the glasses and belt and all that other stuff, and you actually was transparent and said that you was hiding, and I'm using air quotes for the listening audience, you're ugly, which you never were. You were very attractive. And you said you was a dark-skinned dude, you was wearing the glasses, the gold chain to
Here we
hide
go.
that.
I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna drop some names. I'll drop some names. I grew up in my neighborhood where there were nothing but high yellow, beautiful girls. And I had two or three neighbors that were light skinned and they had all the success. I didn't. I was the ugly, but big lips, that dude. So I accepted that for myself as a young man. When I was in the 7th grade, I walked into the gymnasium first day and they put us in alphabetical order. My last name was Woodard. Right behind me was Woodbury. And I'm like, this is a dark-skinned dude that girls liked, and he was cool. And best friend to this day, he don't know his importance to my whole life.
Wow.
Because I seen him and how he moved, and I'm like, well, damn, he blacker than I am. And I tell him that to this day. Anytime y'all see Stephen Woodbury, tell him, you darker than Nate. we joke and jive about that. But seeing how he moved and stuff like that inspired me. Well, it got me on a better track, better road. But then I said, okay, well, there is hope. But all that other stuff was to divert you from what I was taught that was ugly. So, I mean, that was my childhood. And that's all it counted to me.
Okay. I didn't realize it was an eye-opener, and I had a lot of females that contacted me. They didn't know that it was some colorism in men or boys as it was in males as it was in females.
Oh yeah.
I was surprised. So you opened up a whole new world for me and for a lot of other people. Jeff, did you encounter any of that coming up?
Well, you know what? You're
brown paper bag.
Right. But I'm telling you, Nate, that took me back because I remember, and I'll never forget this day, 7th grade, walking through the halls of Princeton High School, and loved to do Mark Moody. Mark was big back then. Mark had it going on. Everybody loved Mark. He called about 5 or 6 fine chicks. I don't even remember who they was around. And this is exactly what he said. He said, yo, would you rather date a brother like me or a brother like this dude right here? Now I was always short. I was short, had a big nose. I ain't had no money back then. Didn't dress real nice. And they all said him. And it crushed me, right? Check this out. Probably 20 years later, I'm in church. I done grew into myself, feeling myself, got my swag going on. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm the evangelist of the church. And this other dude, name no names, bear no blames, he was like this young coming up dude, you know what I'm saying? And I pulled him. I've done the same thing. Ask chicks in the church, would you rather date him or and when I walked away, I felt like garbage because I knew how that made me feel. And I'd done the same thing to him. You know what I'm saying? We have to stop hating on each other, man. Listen, ain't no big eyes or little U's. You know what I'm saying? It's horrible the way we treat each other, man. Trying to make me feel good by putting somebody else down. It's a hurtful thing.
Here's the thing.
What you both said, this is when you were younger, but see, you can tell, we've all heard when we were younger, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, I ain't wearing that to school tomorrow. You don't know what that, okay. Well, I ain't wearing that. Especially if your teacher compliments you on your outfit.
Right.
Teacher, that wasn't cool if the teacher complimented you. You wanted your peers to compliment you.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Nate. What you got?
when that happened to you, did it make you change your game up? It was a fire, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, It made you think, you know what I'm saying? I went out, I got jobs. I was always a worker. I've been working my whole life, you know what I'm saying? But my thing was not to work to better myself or to get good credit. I wanted to work to impress my peers. At the time back then, I wanted to be seen as somebody, you know what I mean? And it's sad.
That's the fire. But that it's not sad. It's what we have to go through. It's the crucifix. Well, you pastor, I don't want to get in the church.
Go ahead, you got it.
It's the walk before. It's the walk before you get to the prize. You got to go through the storm.
Right.
I'm thankful for that storm.
Absolutely.
And it made me who I am. But when I was going through it, it's everyday life. You got to look at a storm, because at the end of the storm, you be like, I made it through, and you bettered yourself in some type of way. So when I was going through, Elder Bard was out.
Coming up as a youngster, because let's talk late terms. Because I hear
Elder Bard was out on hot on the radio. I can't listen to him to this day. No locked doors. No locked doors. Oh, okay. Elder Bard was out. All the high yellows was getting all the women, and this, that, and other. And I'll tell you another. Thing. I'll drop another name for you. Because back then when Elder Bard was out and all the high yellows were in the popular demand, the one that was nicest to me was my cousin Aaron Adair. And I look at him to this day. He's like, I listen to this dude. Because when I was young and he didn't treat me different. But I mean, and it wasn't they deliberately treat me different. It was just what was done. It was done that way. And, as a child, I went through it, but it made me the monster that you see before you.
But here's the thing. And I want to keep it where everybody can understand, because we are entertaining audiences 15 and up, I hope. Maybe 13 and up. When you are young and you're speaking to that young person, because what Jeff actually said was he went out, got a job, the whole 9-2, and I'm paraphrasing, compete. Where we as females, we are still competing as far as like our looks. I'm keeping 100. Think about it. How many people going to get the BBLs? Going to get, okay, let me get boobs if that's what I need to get. Let me fix myself. We are still competing. Where I wanted to have this show, Growing Up a Black Man, in quotations, because you guys were men. Think about it, facing man problems as children, where we were allowed to be children. Females, we were allowed to be children. And another thing, I never forget, I was over at Covington School, Northside, Westlake. Shout out to my Westlake people. To going to Hayes. I got expelled from Hayes, but we gonna leave that alone. We don't need y'all, those who know me. If you know, you know. So we moved from Westlake to the West Side.
Culture shock.
Rags to riches, so to speak.
Culture shock.
I saw something totally different. And Hayes, straight A's. What? This is cake. I went over to a predominantly white school. Shout out to you, Frank. I see you over there. You know, Bonnie. And my grades dropped. But they didn't drop because I wasn't doing the work. The grading scale was different. I'm in there. We're in this one class. 3 Black people in this one class. This teacher comes, and the teacher walks in the room. And when he walks in the room, I'm going to speed it up real quick. He walks in the room, everybody laughing, talking. At Hayes, Mr. Monroe, if y'all know, y'all know. He's like, you will learn. You will learn. Yes. He instilled that, and he would yell that constantly, and everybody was still talking. Went over to the white school. White teacher came in, Mr. Kish, that's his name. He walks in, my first day at school, and everybody was talking. He walks right out. I'm like, what's going on? White dude says, well, shout out to you, Adam. He says, oh, he going to get coffee. He'll come back when we quiet down. I said, what? He was like, yeah. He says learning is a privilege.
Wow.
What I saw with the one black boy, and this is the point I'm getting to. The one black boy, I'm not going to say his name, and I know he knows because I'm sure he'll be watching. He got so much flack from this teacher being a black boy, a black male, than what I got. And those two that was in there, the one was light skinned. The one young man was light skinned. This young man was dark skinned. But it seemed like that teacher kept picking on him. And I saw it. Me being a female, I didn't get none of that. And as I got older, I got like one gray hair. I ain't like y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't distinguish like y'all. But what I learned from that was, how in the world are you threatened by a child that's 12? He was more threatened by the dark-skinned student than the light-skinned curly-haired student that was over there in the corner. And I know you watch it too. I love my people. That's when I realized there is a difference in, air quotes, the white world, the white man's world.
Well, I mean, that's
why I want to do this show. Go ahead.
The white man is the cornerstone, and it's supposed to be ran by him, for him. Anything else? Us succeeding was not a part of his plan. I mean, there's red line districts. There's everything to keep us down, and yet we're still breathing. We supposed to be dead. To leave it to them, but we are still surviving, and that irks them. And then I walk in with a bravado, and kind of I be kind of educated. I got my diplomat, so that I mean, I am a threat. I know everywhere I go, I'm the biggest threat in the room. Big black dude, and if I didn't smile or break the ice, I'm the biggest threat. They're shooting me first. Size and color. That's why.
Nate. Like he said, we made it not because of, but in spite of. Ooh. In spite of all that we've been through, in spite of all that we had to deal with, we made it. If I could just be transparent, I grew up with two crack using, my mother, my father, both using crack, both. And so I grew up, and y'all know my family. My brother Rob, my brother John, Jack, all of them was loved by my stepfather. And a lot of people don't know this. He was my stepfather. So I, especially growing up, I was the redheaded stepchild. I just need to be honest up in here. And I mean, my family knows me. My family knows I always keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? So I was the one who was always getting in trouble. So the only thing that made my life better, only time I was actually loved in my household was when I played football. That's when that's my son. That's when I heard that's my boy. When I scored touchdowns, that's why when I came to East, I strive to start even in the 9th grade, because that's the only time I felt love in my household. You know what I'm saying? So we as black men, black brothers go through so much. Watch this, inside the house. We always talk about what happens outside. Many of us was lost inside the house. We was, I would bring my boy Kobe and Bert over. I remember one time bringing them over. My mother came downstairs butt naked looking for crack cocaine. I was so embarrassed, not because, my mother was on drugs, but because my friends just saw that you on drugs. And I'm screaming and yelling at my mother. My boy Kobe grabbed me. He was like, man, that's your mom's, man. Chill out. That's your mom's. You know what I'm saying? But our life, a lot of times, was hell at home. You know what I'm saying? We still had to go out in the world and try to prove to people that I'm better than you. I'm trying to prove to white man that I'm better than you, when truth be told, I need to prove to my dad that I'm just as good to him, just as good as him. So our life, from the cradle to the grave, we've been competing and trying to make life better. Go ahead, Nate. I see you, Doc.
And the thing is, you're a man, so you have to earn it. That's the whole thing in the value thing. We have to earn our value. You're a woman, it's already there. Your value's there. All you have to do is maintain it, keep it pristine. And like I said, that's why
that's a hard thing to do.
It is. It's very hard. And I wouldn't know because I'm not a woman, but that's why a virgin gets the cream of the crop offers and this, that, and other, because her value was maintained or wasn't tarnished. Versus us, we don't care what you have to earn it as a man. So even in the house, I had to earn it. Go ahead.
Can I just say one thing?
So, growing up a Black man, you guys are children having to be the man of the house. Go ahead, Jeff, and then
I just want to throw this in there because I talked to a young lady a couple of days ago, and I really want to throw this in there because you're talking about having to maintain and having to keep your value up. And I need to say this, especially to all young ladies listening. Watch this. A diamond does not lose its value, even though it's in the dirt. Truth be told, the value of the diamond actually causes the dirt to grow up. Stop losing your value based upon what you've been through, how you grew up. You're still a diamond. Somebody just has to have enough respect to clean you up and to show you off.
And
School
all diamonds. Hey, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of pressure to make a diamond. You don't just find a diamond. It takes pressure. So all this stuff that a woman sees as pressure and stuff, that molds a diamond. It was a piece of sand. But you put enough the right pressure on it, and it maintains its form. It turns into a diamond. So
here's the problem. Here's the problem, brother Nate. Here's the problem. Most people, watch this, they only see your value, not your worth.
Right.
The value of a steak at the store is $20. That big T-bone steak. That's the value. That's what they see you as. But they don't see the worth is that the farmer had to birth the pig, had to raise it, had to feed it every day, had to cut it up. All that took a whole lot more than that $20 that you paid for it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to show them, listen, I got a lot more than what you see. There's a lot more to me.
That goes into me than what you see. The cow, not the pig.
Come on, yeah. My fault.
Because I live by that model. If you look at me and I ain't in no flashy clothes or nothing like that, I don't subscribe to that. But if you get to know me, you understand that there's a value there. I'm worthy of.
Yes.
I am worthy of. And I know with my relationship and my trials and tribulations, the storm that I've had to weather, it groomed me into this. And I like this.
Right.
Olin Mills.
Okay. But I want to add to that. Well, I really don't need to add to it, but I like what you said, Jeff, as far as like a diamond is not going to change. And if you find a diamond in the dirt, it's still a diamond.
That's it.
Are you going to shine that diamond?
Absolutely.
I.e. the greatest movie, Pretty Woman.
Come on.
Bye. Clip. A fairy tale.
But no, it's not though, because it depends on the person. It depends on the person. Now, I want to talk about how we are so committed. All Black men, let me put this out here, disclaimer. All Black men are not the same. All Black men didn't have to be a Black man as a child, but you can see the outcome. I want to talk about how we as females tend to, some people put up with a lot more things when we're dealing with Black men. I'm speaking from a female's perspective, than we would normally put up with, because we know the plight that you guys had to go through. So I ain't saying all Black men treat people wrong. I gave you the disclaimer.
I get you.
But there are some out there where it's like, okay, I'm going to give him a shot. Okay, he blacking my eyes and he doing A, B, C, and D because he ain't had no father in his life, or because that's what society tells us, air quotes for the listening audience. Single parent household, that's why he's treating you like dirt. And I'm going to stand by my Black man because the road was so rough for him. I can't do that.
I wouldn't suggest you do.
You should.
Suggest you do. Yeah, you should. Here it
Don't
is.
want to go press charges because we already know that the system is built for our black men, but we have black men out there that's acting up and doing this. Come on.
At the end of the day, it goes all I've been preaching. Women, you have a choice. You have to choose to do that. So you're making a choice. So your life will dictate your choices. So if you're dealing with Nate and he's an asshole, I mean, a butt, and he's, whatever. I know I don't want the bail, but I mean, that way, and you're making excuses for me. You're making excuses for me, Mel, and you're choosing to stay alone. You choose to have those consequences. I mean, and I keep on saying, women are the most powerful things in the world, but they want to be strong. You don't want these problems. I would love to be powerful. I would love to do this. Hey, I'm thirsty. Jeff, are you getting something to drink? Yeah.
Yes.
We ain't got the power, She-Ra. But then he meant the She-Ra.
Can I be a preacher for a second? Just for a second.
Hold on,
can I be a preacher for a second? Here it is. My stepfather used to beat the life out of my mother. I'm just going to talk about it for a second. I would wake up in the middle of the night, listen to my mother being beat. And when I was young, I would put a knife under my pillow and say, I'm going to kill him, because I just felt like, I was sick of hearing this, until I got older and I began to take up for my mother when they was fighting and things of that nature. Here's the thing. I would tell my mother, am I gone?
No, it's you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. It looked like it went out. Here's the thing. I told my mother, why don't you just leave? And my family would say, why don't you just leave? What's going on? Why don't you just leave? Here's the thing. I had to learn that the purpose of love. I had to learn the purpose of love. Love hopeth all things. Love endureth all things. That's what the Bible says, right? Love endureth all things. Love. So here's the thing. My mother kept on loving him, hoping that he was going to do better tomorrow. She kept on enduring what he was putting her through, saying, maybe tomorrow is going to be better. Listen, here's the truth of the matter is, that love was never meant for a man. That love was meant for God. You put your love on the wrong purpose. You can't put your hand on fire and the fire not burn you. Love hopeth all things. It keeps on hoping. So you put your love on the wrong person. Stop putting your
Come on.
You got Amber D's connection?
Come on, Jeff.
What he was going to say.
Let's go come back. Go ahead, went out.
No, I'm saying we have to be careful of who we put our love on. See, here's the problem. Stop looking for Mr. and Mrs. Right. Look for Mr. and Mrs. Fit. Somebody fits you. And when they fit you, you wear them well. See, here's the problem. We got too many misfit marriages going on. They don't fit you. That's why y'all ain't together. That's why he keeps on hitting you. That's why you keep on ending up in the hospital. You're misfits. You need to get with somebody who fits you. And when they fit you, you wear them well. They love you right. See, I mean, we deal with so much stuff. And as black men, we, especially our black sisters, my wife, my queen, my love of my life. You know what I'm saying? Listen, when I took her away from her mother and father, I said, listen, you will never, heard y'all talking earlier, you will never have to worry about paying for anything. You'll never have, because this is my job now. I took her as my wife. She's under my covering. You know what I'm saying? And we're not taught that as men.
Nate, look, he got to talk because he always say that. Go ahead, Nate.
I always say that. And I don't even read the book. I mean, yeah. But I mean, yeah, under my covering. Hey,
it's innate. It's innate.
This is my table. I can provide this. You don't pay for nothing, this, that, another, blah, blah, blah. Hey, look, my demand, this is a contract. And I tell her, I said, I'm not responsible for your happiness. I'm responsible for your well-being. And
right.
There's a lot that I learned. Huh? Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I mean, if you're looking for me to be happy, it'll never work, especially a woman and how often her feelings and her mind changes. So I can't keep up with that. But if I lead in this direction and it's a good direction that you can handle, hold on, I'll get us there. That's my job.
Yeah.
So
Love
Father,
it.
the man, God, the man, and he covers. That's the covering. And I keep
That's
on
the
saying,
covering. That's it.
if you put it in any other thing, it don't work. It don't work. And I'm called Captain Caveman all the time. No, I'm not gonna vote for him. No. It's very seldom this, that, another, blah, blah, blah. Because the makeup, you're made to be feeling based, and your emotions dictate what you do. I don't like Jeff, but he's on here, and I have to respect him because it's the boundaries of the show. Does that make sense? So Jeff don't have to like me, but he will respect me. Jeff don't like me, but he will respect me because we're coming together. We got to finish the show. And after the show, all right, click. Right.
So go.
Look at Jeff. Jeff is over there trying to get a beard gray as mine. I can't stand it. And look at him. His hat is, he wears another hat just like me. We don't do that. We don't do that.
But we do. And I don't understand. Is it because the lack of responsibility that we as females are more catty on things that are minor versus the common goal?
It's emotion. It's like if you read your Bible in the book of George, it says, "Why must I be like that? Why
like that?
Chase the cat." Pastor read that. But it is dogs will hang out in a pack. Hey, if me and Jeff fought in 8th grade because he didn't block for me on the play, we passed that. We can be boys. But let you and another girl wear the same lipstick at a concert. You probably ain't talked to her since. You won't. Women throw it away.
Same outfit.
Oh yeah, same outfit.
If she saw me looking at it, and we go in there together, and why would you get that if you knew that I was looking at it?
Mel, you know for yourself, my wife runs a shop.
Yes.
They are not allowed to sell the same thing to the same person that goes to the same church. It's unwritten law.
Shout out
you can't do it.
Fashion.
Right.
Because he know Jeff would be up there trying to preach, and they're like, "Look at her."
And they argue.
And she bought your shoes.
But now you know that. Guess what? I'm coming to Tiff.
Right.
I'm coming to Tiff. Like, why did you what's up? Now I spent this, I wanted this, and you just sold it to somebody else.
Hey Jeff,
can't do it.
You hit me in the 7th grade. Now I was a good one. What you doing?
And let's just be real, Mel. Y'all don't even look the same in the dress. No. Y'all look completely different in the same dress. But you're still mad.
That part. So next to your analogy, you're right. It seems like guys have a spat, they can get past it. Women have a spat, we still stuck. Can't even remember why we don't like somebody.
Right.
Jeff punched me in the 7th grade.
Now I want to go back. Anisha Hobbs made a comment earlier, and they're going so fast, and I'm trying to catch it, but I remember it was her that made the comment as far as like women with competition, as I was saying.
Yeah.
Which brings me back to my point. Why? Let me just ask you guys. I'm going to ask you young men, when women, let's say y'all both, I know you both are married. Let's bring it back a few years. Let's go back in our memory.
Oh, let me see if I can get there.
I
was happy there.
We'll rewind on the cassette. This is a cassette tape, okay? And the tape's still working.
Okay. Penny dropper.
If you were dating someone who had a son, and that mother has her son as the man of the house, or not even dating, just a friend that's a female, and she's rearing her son to be the man of the house, what advice would you give her?
Don't do that. Don't do that. He'll be. I sent you the TikTok where the dude was in the boy's face.
No,
Why
talk
you
to the
touching
people.
him like that? Yeah, well, if you give that young child that authority and he's never been through no storm, I'm not going to put him in the ring with Tyson and he ain't never had a fight. So why are you trying to give him this household and teach him how to be the man of this house when he ain't never seen a man and know what a man's supposed to do? A woman can't. Just like a man.
All right, let me get Jeff's. What
I,
advice?
I I agree. Now let me ask you because I need to specify: is she rearing him to be the man of her house or to be the man of his house when he leaves?
Now I'm going to speak from a female. He is the man of that house so that he can be. He's practicing to be the man of that house so that he can be. So wait, let me finish. So that he can be the man of his own house. So here we are trying to, and I'm just speaking, broadly, we are trying to raise a man. A single female is trying to raise a male. But I do know someone who actually had him making the decisions. He get the biggest piece of chicken, air quotes for the listening audience, if you know what I mean. He's sitting at the head of the table, preparing him for his own home. So then a guy comes into her home and you automatically strip that from that child. Then there's a problem with her
Absolutely
possible husband. Help
You
me
ready?
or wait, or her fit, as Jeff would say, and he don't fit because her son is now her husband.
Yeah. You are absolutely right. You can't. First of all, let me just say this. I love every single mother I know. I think you guys are doing a phenomenal job. But a woman cannot raise a man correctly, to the point where he's going to be a man. We are going to be missing something. There's something that's going to be missing from us that we're going to grow up trying to find as a man. And so what happens is you have that man, and so now this other man comes in. You've got him in a position that's not his. Like Nate said, if I go into a karate match and I'm wearing a black belt, they're gonna fight me like a black belt. And I'm gonna get beat up, especially if I'm only, a beginner. I can't fight fights that I'm not meant to fight. I'm too young. I'm not mature enough. I haven't matriculated to a place where I should be in that position that I'm in. And you got me in a position, and now you're looking to me for something that I really can't do. I really can't be that man because, first of all, I haven't lived, like he said, lived through that storm to even be there. Yeah, it's an all bad situation because you want to raise him to be a man, but you can't raise him as a man. There's a difference.
Two things. First of all women, watch the movie 300. It'll teach you everything you need to know. Second of all, I had to earn the thing to sit at my table. I'm a butthole or considered an asshole to some people, but I've earned it. I get away with the stuff I do in my home because I earned it. It wasn't given to me. Manhood is earned. There's a lot of grown boys, but a manhood is earned through the trials and tribulations, the scars. You can't just, I raised him to be a man. He can sit at the table, he get the big piece of chicken. Oh, did he buy the chicken? Did he, did he pay the gas bill? Did he do anything? And you women keep trying to throw him in these positions. You got the position, but you don't know the background training. You don't know how the companies ran.
That's that everybody gets the trophy theory.
Exactly.
Right.
That is a conspiracy to hurt us. Everyone don't get a trophy. Michael Jordan was cut in the 10th grade, and he got mad. And look at him now.
He got mad.
And look at him now. He got mad because he got cut. So he went home and he worked on his scab. He stuck his tongue out. Then he said, nah. And he figured it out. Then he was sticking his tongue out at everybody. So the adversities that women try to shelter their men from or their little boys from is the exact same thing they need to become a man.
Right. Exactly.
So you
That's
don't
it.
just
That's
hey,
it.
I'm gonna teach you to be the man. Sit at my front and head of my table. Nigga, I gotta go to work 80 hours, 60 hours a week to sit at the head of my table, my plate to be brought for me. I have to make sure that the gas, electric, and all this stuff is paid for my plate to be brought to me and me sit right where you sitting. The big piece of chicken go to me because I had to fill your mom's car with gas.
Right.
That's a big piece of chicken. This little nigga sit down
and just earned it. You earned that piece of chicken.
Yeah, I earned it. You know how much gas is, Jeff? I had to fill her car up. And she always taking a long one. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
It's gonna be it's 3:33 now for the holiday season. So if you're traveling during the holiday, your girl letting you know that the gas went down. It's 3:33 now.
Well, when you drive a Benz, you got to put that premium in that jump. So
I got a Hemi. Go to my truck now.
Go ahead.
But I've earned that. I've earned a big piece of chicken. And you're gonna just go, here, son, you're gonna be a man. Here's the big piece of chicken. He's ruined. He's ruined.
Hey, I tell you what, if you go into a house and that's it, my advice is run. Yeah. You're gonna argue, you're gonna do more arguing than loving.
Yep. And always say
there's no use in fight. I'm not fighting somebody over my position. My position is my position. I'm not fighting you over it.
And what do I always say, Mel? I will never date what?
You will never date a female with a male child.
This is why. Wow. This is why. Well, I'm not dating, hypothetically. You know what I mean? I'm saying hypothetically. But I mean, this is why. Yes. That is the exact reason why right there.
Let me read these comments. I got to read this one. This one is from Terrence Rhodes of Facebook. He said, I'm going to post it up here in case my reading skills do something different. A woman can't raise a man, but she can teach him life skills, cleaning, home, money management, all that good stuff. I was a single dad, but I couldn't teach my daughter how to be a woman, but my boys to be a man. Yes. Okay. Now.
I was a single mom, single dad too, to a daughter, and boy, she rough. I'd be like, oh, I needed a woman in front of her to teach her some of the other skills I have. She's too much like me. And I'm like, oh.
Can I say something to that?
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed for you single dads out there to raise daughters, my advice that I always told my homies who were single dads, be careful who you bring home because it's something to that daddy's little girl and mama's boy. If you're dating that person, make sure you date somebody you don't mind your daughter becoming.
Yep. Ooh. Absolutely. Ooh.
And vice versa. Because daddy's little girl, she wants to please her dad. So that's what dad likes. That's who I'll become.
Yep.
You gotta know. And that's why when you date as a single mother, you gotta be careful. You have to be careful. Because even if you got guys spending the night, guess what? If you're raising a son, your son gonna think it's okay to lay up over somebody else's child. That is not
Indeed. And listen, they might love you, but they ain't stupid. They know that's not their uncle. They know you ain't going in the bedroom with your uncle. They know that Uncle Jeff you going in the bedroom with. They have your Uncle Jeff? No. Come on, stop.
Uncle Jeff, he took my first
only child, mama. Mama, you an only child.
Me and this cat ain't vibing. Like what?
Right.
Yeah.
Listen. When Jeff, I want to go to you. When you were made the man of your house because of the situation, how did that make you feel when you went to school?
We here's the thing. Oftentimes we put on and what I call it is cosmetic Christians. We're made up but not made over. Man, we put on a smiling face to cover up a garbage heart. So, you go to school and you try to act as normal as possible. You try to act like you got everything that everybody else got. You know what I mean? You wanted to wear these same shoes for 3 months in a row. You know what I mean? You try to act like because you want to blend in. You want to be with everybody else. and at the same time, you got to go back home to hell. You know what I'm saying? So it causes, for me, it caused me to literally become like, all I want to do is become the biggest player I could be. That was my whole goal. I wanted to date every girl because that made me, because I didn't know what a man was. You know what I'm saying? So I thought being a man was, because that's what my stepdaddy did. You know, he had my mama, he had my sister's mama, he had my brother's mama, my real daddy had, I got sisters and brothers all over Youngstown and Columbus. I probably got 13 to 15 brothers and sisters. That's all. So that's what I thought being a man was. Getting with as many women as I can get with.
Jeff.
Mine was
Jeff,
a little different.
I gotta be. So
Please.
Jeff, let me tell you what your girl did when you was getting married. I'm like, Jeff over here ministering to all these single women. Cause you had that stigma on you. Jeff the player. Jeff
Absolutely.
the player.
Absolutely.
And so conversation was out. Look at that, right? Conversation was out. I was like, oh, Jeff out there. Oh, Jeff a minister. What? Oh, yeah, he out there. He ministered to all them single women out there. Jeff getting married. Use a lie. That was him. Listen, I gotta meet this person. That's me. So I'm listening to all the conversation and I'm laughing. I was like, oh, Jeff out here up who? Oh, I'm with Jeff Stanford. I'm like, okay, girl, in my head. I ain't saying nothing. Okay. Yeah, all right. Jeff getting married. Wait, listen. I'm gonna keep it one. Jeff getting married. So I hear that. I'm just sitting there. I was like, oh, I'm saying in my head, use a lie. But Jeff ended up getting married. I was like, wait, Jeff really getting married. I gotta meet her. It was like, oh, she's the chick from Warren, Ohio. I was like, oh, okay. And everybody talking. Look, see? Yeah, okay. I love my shop talkers. See? I wasn't by myself. I was talking big S2 about Jeff. Ladies, man, okay? And then I met her. And I said, that's a good fit. I actually said that's a good fit. So it's interesting that you should say that. I was like, bam, love her. Look who got Jeff's heart and had him settled down. Boom.
She was me, though. She was me. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you a story about me and my wife. Because when I met my wife, I was still a player. I was the church player. I was the church player. Doing my thing in church, out of church.
Hey,
I was
all go to the hen house.
And we gotta learn. Let me say,
he's definitely the only person I take advice from, and that's the truth.
Love you, Nene. Here's the thing. Truth be told, even trained dogs don't go in the house. So we gotta learn. Let's just be honest. There's some things I would do, but I'm gonna do them outside the house. I ain't gonna. I'm gonna go to Cleveland. I'm gonna go to Alliance. I'm gonna do my thing, right?
Okay. I've imported myself.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing, though. When I had gotten caught up in this whole. I got caught up in a ring in the church I was at. I mean, because girls, for some reason, girls are attracted to what we call the anointing. If you're a preacher and you know how to preach, oh my God, listen, you can, and I know the difference between a God bless you, how you doing, hugging, God bless you, how you doing. You know what I mean? They know it. Right. I know the difference. I know the difference between a hey, how's your wife? And hey, where your wife at? I know that difference. So my wife just texted me. I'm sharing too much information, so I can't share. I was about to tell some stories, but I guess she don't want me to tell. But here's the thing, and I'm gonna just encapsulate it. When everybody else turned their back on me, my wife stayed, and just before we was married, she stayed, and She literally let me sleep on her couch. And when that happened, I was like, nobody else is for me. I'm done with everybody else. So
I ain't mad at her. I heard that she a public figure too.
Right.
She got, y'all need to know, she in the political game. Y'all. Okay, Derek Clark talk about some holy heathens. Yeah, that's what they out there. Them church with Pastor Paramore said choochies, church hoochies. Now
Choochies.
they
Choochies. I like that.
Now, Nate, you said that. You were talking the book of Nate, as you always say.
Yeah.
Read the book of Nate.
Read it. It's a good read.
And we will take advice from you, just like I take advice from Nate. Keep it 100. Don't worry about my feelings because we are emotional. We ask men questions and women want to answer. Sis, you can't answer for a man because you're not a man, even though you had to be, because the responsibilities that we have is masculine responsibilities. And you have men that say, oh, Black woman, you too strong, you too aggressive, that's because we have to be. We will be ladylike if we could rid those masculine responsibilities.
I agree with that for the most part. Just those masculine traits and stuff is hard to get rid of. It's like a opioid addiction. You ain't just gonna be like, oh, I'm with you now and I'm gonna get rid of them. But
right.
Again, that falls to choice. You have to know the man you're choosing. And most women, or most of the time, women are choosing on sacrificial things, not sacrificial, stuff on the top. Just, he driving. See, they superficial thing. My girl, family. He got a nice car, this, that, and other. He got money, this, that, and other. Yeah, I might not have money, but I have the tongue to speak into you, to change a child's life, to be a blessing to anyone I touch. But I ain't making six figures.
That's all that tongue doing.
Well, male. See the pillows that holds a good seal. That's a good seal right there. in the gap holds it in the spot, and then you say,
crazy. He is crazy.
He nuts. I love him. I completely agree with you, Nate, man. I mean, there's a lot of brothers out here, if we be honest, you can jump off their ego and land on a credit score. And so I think.
Wait, let me get my sound effects. It's just me today doing it. Hold on. There we go. I'm like, wait, let me get my sound effects.
And so what happens is, I think we meet these guys, and because they drive a nice car. Listen, I know a whole lot of guys who live in the projects driving Benzes. It don't, you gotta look past that. What else do they have? Can they speak to your spirit? Can they make love to you mentally? You know what I mean? Is there some type of what type of intimacy do they hold? You know what I mean? You got brothers who will punch you but won't punch a time clock.
That's a problem. And here's the thing with females: you get our mind, our body will follow.
Exactly, and I know that, and that I mean, yeah. I heard that. I heard that, but that was always my plan of attack. I can speak. I will speak into you, and the rest will follow.
And that's what they say about dark-skinned brothers.
Because we had to get it from the trenches. I wasn't coming in with my Jerry curl singing a falsetto.
You had to be a long Jerry curl, nice skin, yeah. You had to have a satin suit in the dance group. But Jeff, you can dance.
I can dance. I had a lot of swag. You know what I mean? I was the Mike Bivens. I was the Mike Bivens of the crew. You know what I mean? I couldn't sing. I was short, but I had the most swag of the crew. I was the one who's gonna say, "Come on, baby, let's go get wet."
Sunny day. Everybody loves you.
That's That's all Mike Memphis is known for. He ain't got no other move.
Listen, that's the coldest one. Then you
Right.
get some, you be like, oh.
And he the richest one.
Right.
And he had to get it from the dirt. Same thing with me. I
That's
had to get
it.
it from the dirt. So I'd watch stuff. I had to get it from the dirt. So I would do things. I would Mill Creek Park. I used to go out to Mill Creek Park. I know that whole park because I want to take him out. I keep a picnic basket to this day in the backseat of my truck. Just throw a couple Burger King with some burgers in it and a blanket, and I'm winning.
Come on, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm winning.
Nate, ladies, he putting you on game. Don't think that you special and he just playing this little picnic.
Mel. Hang up. Abort.
You already put it out there. Girl, that game been sitting there for 5 years.
Abort. Up. But guess what? No, don't abort. I'm still giving you my most valuable commodity.
Time.
My time.
That's it.
My time. So I can spend, just like we said a couple shows ago, I said, listen, I spend big money on my date and take you out somewhere and get you something to eat. But that's cool. But if I take you over to Jeff's house so we can sit and meet his wife and my boys and everything, I'm giving you my lifestyle, my time.
I ain't doing that. I'm not doing it. Listen, let me tell you. Okay, the picnic, that's so romantic. And we like, oh, yeah. Look, Charles Lilly on Facebook said, Slippery Rock.
I know exactly what you're
right now. Time is important. Time is definitely important. If it was a picnic, I'd be like, oh, he spent some time. But if you are telling me, okay, well, I want to go over to Jeff's house and spend time with his wife. Me, if that was my option, I'm out. I done aborted this whole thing. Let me tell you why. Because time is important. Quality time with me, not me and your friends. And I'm going to look at it this way. Dang, this cat must want to be serious. He introducing me to his homie and his wife. I hope he ain't trying to get married. But that's me.
Right. But guess what? If a single woman wants to be married, she does what married women do. If she don't want to be married, I understand that. I understand. You remember last week I said, look through all your homegirls, and the most homeliest looking girl in your crew is probably the happiest in a relationship. But everybody like, oh, well, she following him and she doing that. Okay, well, she
don't know no better. She ain't been around us yet for us to tell her.
She's giving y'all the cheat code. Y'all just too proud to look.
Well, here's the thing. Can I say something about that?
Yes.
I just want to say this. And once again, y'all know I'm a preacher, so I got to throw it in there. The Bible says a man that meets a wife or finds a wife finds a good woman.
Wife.
So how do you find a wife?
Yes, if ain't nobody making her wife. How do we
so here it is. Can we go? Here it is. She should already be married to God before she meets you. So So if she knows how to treat God, she definitely knows how to treat you. But you have to come in with something. See, me, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I believe that, and the picnics and all that stuff is cute. But I teach my sons, listen, you are not going to be the guy who takes your girlfriend to Red Lobster every day. Now, see, I think the world is so much bigger. You get yourself a passport. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife have been on at least 14 cruises.
Okay,
I'm trying to travel. I want to see the world.
You were married. Let's converse on.
This is pre-marriage.
I'm talking about before marriage. If you want something you never had, you got to do something you never done. Show her that you're a better person. Show her that you're better than all these other guys. All these other guys is trying to go see the Marvel movie, trying to go see Miss Marvel. Nah, Doc, we going to Zanzibar's, you know what I mean? Or we going down to Miami for a few days. I know everybody ain't got that type of money, and that's cool. It's cool. But I think a lot of these things, we got to be more creative than what we've been. We gotta dig deep into our bag of, if you want to call them bag of tricks, and say, look, I'm gonna do something I'm gonna make sure that, when this date is over, you want to go out on another date with me.
Set the bar high.
There you go.
Set the bar high.
Nate, did you really say that?
Me?
Set the bar high. You want to speak on set it low so you can only go up higher so she don't expect it.
No. I've always said, I said, if my bar is set, I'd say, hey, if you find someone better, you would be a fool not to go. So if I'm setting the bar where I set it, that's giving my very best, my all. Everybody don't get the wife treatment. You might get the 1998 Nate, who was out in these streets, just pimping and playing. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, didn't like that guy. I didn't like that version of Nate back then. But I've grown and I've learned something.
I tell you what, like, even if we didn't have to go out to dinner, the first date, I'm not going to your house because I don't know who you are.
Indeed.
Just Netflix and chill, man. Just a little Netflix and chill. More chill than that.
Now, some people like the Netflix and chill, but the Netflix and chill allows that guy to be a cheater and have multiple women. Because if you're Netflixing and chilling with everybody at their house, nobody sees you out in public. So your homegirl can say, girl, he was so-and-so. What? I would have never known. But if you out in public, if you want to be with me, act like you like me and you're proud to be with me. You want to sport me.
Right.
That's my thing. I don't want to sit in the house. Get out unless I choose to sit in the house. That's a difference. But some of y'all guys can't handle that. If I be like, no, I just want to stay in the house. The dude like, well, why we gotta stay in the house? Why you don't want to go out? You ashamed of me? And I'm telling you, roles have reversed nowadays. Where it's like, what? Why are you crying? Why you want to watch Lifetime?
Mel, if a dude tell you he don't want to stay in the house with you, you might want to run because he might got some tendencies that you don't want to deal with. Anybody, listen, if you telling me let's stay in the house, I'm like, let's stay in the house then.
Oh, no, hold on, let me get myself together. Open it up, show my taco meat. Show my taco meat.
Yeah, that's staying in the house is a good thing.
Now, me, I was married at 22. So when you said to find a wife, if you find a wife, you find a good thing.
A good thing. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying, and I can't really speak for me this way because my whole family were wives, my aunts and stuff. So I saw what my image of a wife was.
That was your diet.
Right. So it's like, my upbringing was a little different. However, being 22 and young, being a wife was, I even looked at my grandmother stay at home, cooking, cleaning, blah, 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 blah. To me was, okay, cook, clean, make sure my children, first and foremost, was protected and safe and had what they needed. And I'm going to go outside and work and blah, blah, blah. 22 me. So I'm sitting in California, San Diego, and I was sitting there and I said, just out the blue, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was like, is this it? Thank you for the
That was a nice sound effect. That was a nice sound effect.
That was a great siren. Is this it? Because it has to be more.
Right.
I wasn't in it. I was like, I needed more. So then I began to ask, like, am I even like, air quotes, wife material? I don't think so. I need to go. And then, it's young me, but I said, I got to stay in this because I know how much my parents paid for the wedding. So I stayed longer. I was like, I can't be like, all them gifts. I can't be like, listen, this ain't it for me. Because they're going to be like, ninja. You better make it work. You know what I'm saying? But I was not that person to just sit and be complacent because there was something else that I needed. Okay. And it was like, there's something else that I needed. So then time went on and waited. So when he stepped out, that was my out. And people couldn't understand because my peers, these are ladies, I'm talking to you, your friends gonna always be talking, girl. They had no idea what I was thinking in my head, because
that was just your excuse.
That was my out. Mm-hmm. And you have people be like, oh, you gonna do boom, boom, boom. Well, what about the children? And da 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 da. I knew I wasn't the person that was gonna stay in it because of the children. I tried. I even tried to be roommates. I was like, well, we can just stay in the same spot. We'll go half on this rent. We'll raise the children, blah, 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 blah. All is well. That was the idea. The only thing is you couldn't bring your broad to the crib. You know what I'm saying? But I knew I wanted more for me. And it wasn't about a guy. And with females, it's not about a guy. It's about you. Do I want to give up my life to this? Because that's what I saw. You know, no offense to the people I saw that their life was their husbands because they were wives. So it was like I had to give up my life for this. And that's why I told you, Nate, too. And I knew where it went wrong, why to step out and all that other stuff. It went wrong because once I became a mother, I stopped becoming a wife. You know, I became a parent and not a wife. And it was like all my energy shifted on making sure that they were okay. So they had a thing going around who gets fed first. So in my mind was I need to make sure the children, they can't feed themselves. Exactly. But I knew it. So I take full responsibility on the step out. And a lot of people are like, you don't blame yourself because you got all that in your ear. That wasn't your fault. He decided to step out. However, I contributed. And I know that I did. You know, looking at the bigger picture.
Do you hear? You know what I hear from you right now?
What do you hear? Real quick, what you hear?
You took accountability.
I don't know.
That's good.
Hey, you don't hear that from women a lot. We don't hear that from women a lot. You took accountability. You said you seen the part you played right there. That's cut and dry. You've seen the issue. You took accountability. Now we can move on. You didn't make an excuse about it. I commend that.
Now, and then you have like, let me give myself some claps. Hold on.
Yeah, go. You deserve those, girl.
You deserve it. Yeah, pat yourself on the back, all of it.
But it was, so I knew the role that I played, but then, you know, the end result, I was okay with. Because I am the person, and honestly, I could be in a cage, because that means you just like try, but leave the door open. Mm-hmm. And kind of like, you know, like I fly out, but I'm coming back. And women, honestly, the whole cheating thing, we ain't really looking to be cheating. Like, if we break up, we're going to go talk about you like a dog to our homies.
Of course. He is big.
Y'all go kick it with somebody. We like, wait a minute, we ain't doing that. Like, that wasn't the thing. But now with this generation, sex is a thing. And the women are trying these men out first to see if they can even stay in the test of trial, because they're looking at the sex part. And if they sex is whack, they blasted it on social media. Talking about, what is it called, Nate? The BDR? Bad Dizzle Report?
BDRs. Yeah.
What is it? Say that again.
You didn't read my book, Jeff? I thought you read my book.
Go ahead, tell them what it is. Tell them what it is, Nate. What's a BDR?
A BDR. A bad dick report. Bad dick report. Most women think Jordan scored 80 every night. I had an off night, so I got a BDR. I'm like, oh, okay, well, hey, here. All right. But I mean, they checking the BDRs first, and it's sad because, hey, there has to be much more to any type of union than just sex. Because like now, hey, at my age, shoot, I'm kicking the field goal. I use all the toys in the world to get me in the field goal range. I'll come in for that last boop, kick the field goal, we win the game. Hey,
Doc at 50 years old, I'm like Bernie Mac, you better get yours because I'm about to get mine.
I'd be like, hey, why don't we just hold each other tonight, babe?
Let me tell you something. We're not going over to no dude's house, talk about something I want to be held. If a dude talk about I want to be held at 2:00 in the morning, quit playing on the phone.
Time out. Here we go. You're coming over to my house, which means we're dating. And it's still fun. Honest, this is real talk. It's fun because it's new. I'm great at new. Shoot, I'm Mike Tyson in his prime sometimes when it's new. But if it didn't hung around for a while, I just
And see, that's
I would
where
like
the
to order
problem
the
is
Monday night quickie, please. Give me a Monday night
That's
quickie
where the
with
problem is
no
at,
kettle.
though. That's where the problem is at. The problem is the problem is where you guys are in your prime, we're not. Then we get in our prime, y'all tired. Right. Nah, dog, I'm gonna need all that experience you had. Show me what you learned over the years, baby boy.
It's called Bluetooth.
I'm good at telling you. I'm good at telling
you. It's called what? A Bluetooth.
Bluetooth. Bluetooth. You better get something. You might
go to the store. They got them.
Hey,
and your hair grow.
I'm scared. My heart might bust. But hey,
look. Speaking of that, you said you're afraid your heart might burst. Here's the thing. Men, take care of your penises. How do you take care of your penis? By taking care of your body. You got to make sure that blood pressure right. Ladies,
I'm a grown man.
Ladies, if your man is underperforming, feed him right.
Yeah.
Well,
make sure you cook good for him so that he can be all right. Make sure he's eating the right things. We exercising. This is exercise, sir. No, I ain't gonna be on top. Hey, I'm gonna need you to be on top.
Whoa. Hey, man. Oh, hell no. That explains a lot.
Hey, Usher said tonight we trading places.
That's it.
Usher said tonight we trading places.
That's it. You want it? You get up there and work. If you want it, you get up there and work.
But we want you to work, so you need to exercise.
No. I just came home from work. I don't want to work again.
Right.
I said we can pedal.
And we did too. And we did too. Which brings me to the next point.
Why
is it? No. You go to work, you come home, you want us to cater to you. We go to work, we come home, we have to cater to you. So you sit back, you watch TV, here's the remote, I didn't work. See, that's the problem that's happening. That it is a problem. We still got to work. We working from the morning to the evening. But I know in your situation, Nate, because you like, she don't need to work. I got this. But there are some. But there's some.
Silverware.
Okay, the table is set. But look at where we are now. The table is set. But she don't want that table. She want a new table. So she goes out. Watch it. I know this gonna come back to you, Nate. She goes out and say, hey, I want this new table. So I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna bring a new table here. Now that new table is there, and then she telling you what to do. So now you're at a new table.
Good luck with that.
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
So it doesn't matter if she makes more money than you. You are still the head of the household.
Yes,
absolutely.
Listen, she can bring in as a Mega Millions ticket. You know what she's gonna do? Sign it over, or we're gonna figure out how to spend it.
Use the lie.
Okay, well, hey, enjoy yourself.
I ain't signing it over to you.
Enjoy yourself, then, Mel. Enjoy.
You don't have to sign. You don't have to sign it over to me, but it still has to go in a joint bank account. Exactly. And once it goes into the joint bank account, we both own it. Right. My wife can go. I was in Florida the other day. I left for Florida, and my wife said, she called me. She said, you didn't leave anything. You on a joint? You on account? I don't have to. You can go get what you want to get. It doesn't matter. You're able to get what you want to get, and if that's our ticket, because when we became one, that's our ticket. I'm still the man. You just got a little bit more money.
Okay,
that's it. And guess what? A woman with money is Oprah. She's a DO. She can be a DO with money. If she's not covered by anyone.
Okay, now let's talk about what about this one? Will Monica win? What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine. And most of us females feel.
Hey, Monica Wynn. That was your name in high school too, wasn't it?
Okay. Jeff, I'm gonna leave that right there. Hey, it's something. Keep it 100. Okay. Listen, Nene said that's my sister. She's signing nothing over. But
what you say?
You'll read it later. here's the deal. If I win the Mega Millions, yes, it goes into a joint account. Because if it's me, it was his money to buy the ticket anyway.
Facts.
You know, I'm like,
I agree.
So it's all good. Oh, they coming in. They're like, don't come for her.
That's right. What? Oh.
Yeah, we'll catch it afterward. Okay.
Yeah, my girl, Savage.
I'm with you. I love your honesty, Monica, when real talk, because we do feel that way. What's yours is mine and what's mine is mine, because we want the old school values, but most of us are not willing to put in the old school work.
Exactly. Here, you remember I asked you, out of you, your mom, and your grandmother, who got the most bodies?
The most who?
Bodies.
I'm gonna leave that right there.
The people want to know, man. No, but the person with the most the person with the most bodies.
Wait, let's say this, because people wasn't public, so I don't know who got how many bodies.
But
I don't know the body count.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not you, Mel, but I'm using you as an example.
Come on.
You know your mom, and you know your grandmother. So you know all three of these people. Who would you bet on?
I don't know.
You know. Come on, Mel. It's a shop talk. But that's the value.
I really don't know.
I think the problem is we are so with social media and all that stuff. It would seem like it's you. It would seem like it would be you when you're speaking of Nate. But truth be told, back then, cats was just as bad as they was now.
You already know. I ain't about to be putting that out there.
I mean, but I'm saying back in the day, you know, these old school cats was out there doing just as much. They just didn't put it out there like we do. They stayed married for 70 years and they got 20 babies on the side. You know what I mean? But because they kept their stuff to themselves.
And she stayed with that person. But
you mean this was out there?
Let me say this. I want you guys to be clear on this.
Bertha.
Most people will look and see, just because you date somebody, think you slept with them. And that's inaccurate. That is totally inaccurate. If you are dating a lot of people, now, just like how they do, what's the little girl name? Lori, Steve Harvey's stepdaughter.
Mm-hmm.
They got her out there, J-Lo. Now, J-Lo married this cat, so we can kind of count. Okay, I'm pretty sure they consummated their marriage. But just because you're out with people don't mean you sleep with them. Because knowing our value and knowing what we were born with, you use it to your advantage. Your girls got to eat. So if you see somebody out, that don't mean that they're actually sleeping with that person. Especially if you're a germaphobe like me. Bye. Can kiss what? I ain't kissing you. Let me see. You got gingivitis? I'm all into all that.
Men don't kiss anymore. Men don't kiss anymore. That's intimate. No, think about it.
Well,
man, I did this.
But I ain't trying to kiss somebody either.
Man, I did this, and then I did this. You did that? Oh my God. Groceries, all this stuff. Did you kiss her? No, man. Oh, hell no, I ain't kissing her. I don't love her.
You ain't got to worry about kissing me if you doing groceries.
Hey, but listen.
And we talked about the guys that be doing the groceries. You know what I mean? You doing all that extra stuff. If you do that on the first time, I already know how many other people that you done like, ew. Now I got E. coli in my blood.
You got pink throat. You got pink throat. You got pink teeth.
I'm glad I ain't in the dating game no more. Put it like that. It's just too much out there.
It is a lot. And they do put a lot out here on social media, and the chicks kiss and tell. And I mean, in some ways it's a good thing, in some ways it's not. See, the BDR is good. You're like, really. Oh, okay. But it depends on the individual and what they're into. Guys that like to do all the extra stuff. I am crazy. Talk about some pink eye. Yes, pink eye, pink throat. What about the chicks? What about the goat throats?
The throat goats? You have to say it right. Put some respect on that. Put some respect on that, Mel.
But y'all see where the difference is at, though? So you got a female's body count matter to a man, but if she a throat goat, it's cool. Is that cool the first day?
Hey, listen. When a man says marry, he means that's a responsibility. That's a covering. That's everything else like that. I heard the other day. The problem starts
stay with it. Stay with the question. Is that an issue? So if a dude going all out with a chick, we like, oh, how many other people he did? Is it the same thing with a guy if he actually encounters a throat goat on the first date?
No, because I'm here just to enjoy today. Because I'm just here to enjoy today. I don't put any future plans on it. The game come on in 2 hours. Let me finish this up, and then I'm going to the game. It ain't like, oh my God, well, where did she learn this? Because I'm not placing her in any other spot of, I got, oh man, if I marry her.
I think it depends on what you're looking for. You know when you going out with somebody, if you looking like, okay, I'm trying to find a wife, or I'm trying to get my rocks off. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get my. If I'm like, okay, I really think this chick might be my wife, and we go out, and on the first day, what you call it, the throat goat. Mm-hmm. That is that. I want to put respect on it. If she the throat goat on the first day, I'm like, all right, maybe she ain't wifey material, because
but truth be told, I'm not gonna stop right now. But I'm not gonna stop right now.
I definitely ain't gonna. I mean, when I watched that what was it? I Think I Love My Wife at the end of the movie, when he had what was her name, Olivia Pope. He was. There's no way in the world he stops. I don't care what anybody says. None.
Like,
no. Right. No. I was mad that he did stop. I'm like, there's no way. You don't stop at that point. It's over. But yeah, listen, I tell people all the time. I go through the Eastwood Mall, Southern Park Mall. I go to that Chinese place, and they giving out those, little. Yeah, they'll set, and I go back over and over again until I'm full, because you don't pay for free samples.
Okay, you
give
said
the bell on that one. You don't.
And watch this. Am I gonna go for the sample? A female, I'm gonna go for the sample if they just came out and you see them come from the back. Well, I'm telling the truth. If the samples are sitting there, I need to know how long. Oh, they've been there. How many people don't walk by? I don't want it. To my point.
But a woman taking samples hurts their overall score. It goes against your whole facts.
There you go.
You got some words. You got some stuff. How much is this book? How much is your book? I need the book. I need the book. You need to sell that for $99.95. My God.
Yeah, a woman going around getting samples goes against her whole facts, because we have a different value system. Women value what we can achieve, our futures. We value where you've been, what you've been doing. That's why you're born with your inherent value, and you try not to lose it. And you getting samples brings it down. Me, just like when we go, hey, Mel, how much it costs to get on the boat sitting on VIP? I didn't pay for that. I can't get in the VIP. I have to buy the boat. You just got to wear the right top with your right around here, and you get in on the boat. I have to buy it. I have to earn it. I have to go through all this stuff to earn that value. You already have it. So you taking samples, whole facts. Whole facts.
See, but we're not. We walking by, but like if they just came out, just like when you at a freaking cookout. Your girl, listen, I ain't coming in later. I don't want none of that. How long did they just pull it out? Am I the first one in line? I don't know who was breathing. I don't know who grabbed the ladle. I don't know what they did with their hand when they grabbed the ladle. All that matters. That's why I say what I say. Because I don't know what the cook was doing in the back. But at least there's one person. But no, because you're right. Like I said at the beginning of the show, it's really hard when you said we just have to maintain. It's hard to maintain.
Hey, after you pray over the food, If any of those raisins get up and move, you just pluck it off and you finish eating.
You know, I mean, it's very hard now that because what I see, you know, in the church world and outside the church world is that we're no longer marrying for the future. We're marrying for now. We rent with an option to buy. You know what I mean? We lease with an option to buy. And in 3 years, we say, you know what, I need to upgrade my car. This ain't good enough for me anymore.
That's a great analogy.
Right. Hey, wait, that's why I said driver's license, marriage license.
Watch this. Yeah, you did say it would need to be renewed. But what we do, you said lease with option to buy. Because you're upgrading.
Right.
This new generation is leasing with option to buy. In mine, it's like, why would I do that? So now I just wasted all that money. That's why a lot of women stay in relationships, because they wasted all that time. And it's like, do I really want to start over? We going to buy a car. No miles on it. Boom, let's buy this car. Okay, well, I know what's wrong with my car.
Right.
Do I want to inherit another debt or another bill? Do I have the time to continue, to start all over? That's why we as females tend to stay in relationships that are unhealthy, because we know them. And I'm using the air quotes for the listening audience. We know how they are. We know what their ins and outs are. And then we take you back. Why? That's why this new generation, I ain't mad at them. They leasing with option to buy. You got to maintain. Y'all got to maintain now. Because Lord forgive me, don't bring that same dizzle. Look, or like if you done did it to me good 2 months ago, I'm going to need that dizzle back. Don't bring me this new one. This is whack. I don't want it. So they're upgrading. They like, bye, see ya.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem, Mel.
Go ahead.
And sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good to go ahead and leave and go get another car. But the problem is, oftentimes we dislike the caterpillar far too long, and we don't wait for it to turn to the butterfly.
Well, how long do it take for the butterfly to come?
But when it comes, now we in a whole new relationship, thinking, oh my God, that was the if I would have just stayed a little bit longer.
What about that caterpillar that you helped turn into a butterfly? Did he fly away?
Ooh.
We ain't talking about that this week.
I did this whole time.
We ain't talking about that this week. We ain't talking about that this week, Mel.
You're right, though. You're right, because sometimes you help them, you groom them, they become this, this great guy. You help put them through college, and now all of a sudden you want to flip the script. Yeah, that's.
All I want is send me a thank you card. If that's
now, you want more than that. You want more than a thank you card.
Send me a thank you card.
Sasquatch
I have sent mothers. I sent mothers thank you cards for raising their sons right, and they treat me good. I'm like, thank you. If I could only tell you thank you for prepping him, both parents. Thank you.
You're talking about the 2 months later. Listen, I might have came in, alpha training. I got the Hucklebuck the Deluxe, gave you the Hucklebuck Deluxe. And then 2 weeks later or 2 months later, I ain't giving you the Deluxe, but I'm still giving you the Hucklebuck. It's like this. Everyone knows tomorrow that Pittsburgh is going to beat Cleveland. It's a known fact. But
whoa. Time out.
Cleveland gets lucky and wins a game. If Cleveland can accidentally win a game, I can accidentally have a bad game. So you can't judge me off of a bad performance.
Let me tell you something. Speaking of that, if you are with a Cleveland Browns fan, stay with them. They committed.
They are. They are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Look at Jeff. Yay. Committed people.
Man, shoot. I tell my wife all the time, I say, it's okay that you slept with my mom and my sister, but next year it's going to be better. I'm like, yeah, Cleveland Brown fan. Yeah, it is.
But watch this. It's okay that you slept with my mom and my sister. This generation is like, my turn. Now what?
Hey, they got to live with them. Because when you get to heaven, There's no heavenly hookups. I can't say, come on, man. You know, Jeff is all right. Yeah, man, let's go back. Let him in. He got to get in on his own merits.
Right.
So, hey, these little kids, I mean, the scary part is my kids and my grandkids are growing up in it. So I have to always push and show. Look at that. Take 2 steps back and look at it again, because guess what? Now you see, oh, you like that dude, and because he's driving this car and he got this type of money, okay, what is he doing for the money? Now you got to compete with 50 other girls that like him for those exact same reasons. And what he doing ain't all righteous. So
how
guess
did
what?
the roles reverse? And we got look, alarm probably about to go off. How did the roles like reverse, where the men are winning and they're choosing the woman?
Because we're the prize. We're the prize.
Yes, it hasn't reversed. Listen, there are, and I say this to every marriage counseling I do right now, there are 5 women to every 1 man.
Okay.
5 women to every 1 man. I asked the man, what makes you want to leave the other 4 just to be with this one? And if you can't answer that, then you probably don't need to get married. Because there's going to be somebody else. There's just an abundance. There's an overabundance of women. And so the woman is like, you know what? If it's really like that, let me go ahead and do, you know what I mean? I'm going to do what I do too. Marriage is a pandemic. It's a pandemic right now. Watch this. You know how in the pandemic, the churches had to empty out and half the people ain't come back yet? Because truth be told, they never wanted to be there in the first place. That was just what they grew up in doing. And so now that the pandemic came and said, y'all can sit at home, they said, you know what? This gave me an excuse not to go back. And that's what marriage is now. I have an excuse not to get married anymore. I have an excuse to do what I want to do, to be free, to live how I want to live.
I got to speak to that, Jeff. Yeah, hopefully that's not the thought, to go back. Here's the deal, and I'm glad you used that analogy. Yeah, the pandemic happened. They emptied the churches out. We're used to being there. Now we have options, and we're online.
Mm-hmm.
Am I more comfortable here? Air quotes for the listening audience. I'm more comfortable. I don't feel like doing and putting in the effort to get dressed to go to this place.
Right.
So sad.
So I am more comfortable here, and I'm going to stay here.
That's the problem. Isolation takes you away from everything else. You can do it at home, and you can do it when you want to. That's convenience, but it's not optional. You're looking for a good man. Okay, so in your relationship, you're looking for a good man, a church-abiding man, and this, that, and other. How you know if he at home watching it in his bathtub, you know, on his laptop? A church is a place. Now, I'm not super I'm a CME member. I'm a CME member. But guess what? If the church was better than the club finding a woman. And if you looking for a good husband or a good substance and finding someone under the same tutelage and under the same guidance, you have to be in the building. Yes, Mel, you got to press your hair. You can't come out there with that super fro and your teeth that you ain't brushed since Tuesday. You have to make the steps and the efforts to get to what you want. So it's comfortable. I'm home farting. Woo, got my shirt open. Amen. Sing it, Jeff. Amen. Oh, yeah. He preaching the day. And guess what? I call myself looking for a wife. And she's on her laptop doing whatever she's doing. We will never meet and have a fellowship. The church ain't about the religion. It's about the fellowship. It's about coming together with like-minded people going in the direction. Because guess what? Now I hold Jeff accountable because I'm with him all the time. And we're under this. And this is the game plan. Jeff, on the 27 quick pitch, I hold you accountable for getting that defensive end.
But here's the thing, Nate. Remember in church back in the day, the church, you know, maybe the pastor wasn't there or the sermon was just whack. You had to get up and you had to put your hand up and you walked out. Now, watch this.
I'm so happy you said that because I did that. I'm glad I ain't alone.
Now, if you're watching church at home, you don't like what the pastor say, what do?
And
you just scroll to the next one. And see, that's what it is now in relationships. They're online dating. They're like, oh, nope.
Mel, I'm swiping left on you, Mel. Mel, swipe left. You get a swipe left, Mel. Last week I told you,
and that's the truth. That's the truth, Jeff. You hit the nail on the head. Now I want to say, because we're at the close, growing up a Black man, I need you guys, and I'm gonna put you on by yourself, so don't think that you're off.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Real, Nate, I'm gonna do you first. What advice would you give your younger self? Wait a minute.
Any Black man that's growing up, the advice I would give you is stay the course, stay strong, understand this storm ain't gonna last forever. It gets greater later. Stay the course. Be as honest with yourself as you can, and stay the course. That's it. Just stay the course. It gets greater later.
Nice. Jeff, same question. What would you tell your younger self and younger Black men?
For me, I am 50 years old. There are things my 50-year-old man is still dealing with that my 17-year-old boy done. Stop playing games at the age that you are. Get your education, go to school, learn. You know, you have plenty of time after you've graduated to, party with money. Most of us we partying without money. We ain't got that. But just do what you got to do to get to the place where you want to be, so that you can be the person that you want to be. That's what I would tell my younger self.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, lovely people. That is my time, and I am going to give you today's footnote. Yes, I love it. Thank you. Thank you for the sound effects. You're supposed to do it after I'm done. Today's footnote. Life is short and is here to be lived. So with that being said, do what it is that you choose to do without hurting others. The reason I did today's show, Growing Up a Black Man, and had these fine young Black men on here, is to allow women who are possibly raising young men, to allow them to see that it does, how you are rearing them affects them in life, in adulthood, positively or negatively. But I like to stay on the positive realm. So live your life to the fullest. Pastor Jeff said it best, where he was saying he is 50 years old and still dealing with things that his 17-year-old self has done. Nate the Agitator said, without agitation today, Nate the Agitator said, Nate the Agitator said, steadfast. Stay true to course. Be who you are. It's okay to be you. That's my slogan. The reason I chose that slogan is because we, growing up, period, as a child, we have been told or disciplined or got attention for, this is better, everything we did wrong. Not for what we did right. It was everything we did wrong. That's what we got attention for. So with that being said, it's like, okay, let me get you on the right track. You have to do this way. This has to be this way. And it may not be who you are. And not that you're a bad child. Maybe you're just different. And with that being said, remember this slogan, it's okay to be you. Find you, embrace you, most importantly, always love you. Until next week, people, you know what it is. 1, 2, 3. Shop Talk.
Shop Talk, Jeff. Shop. You know
Shop Talk. I know it. I got it.
You got it. All right, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Shop Talk.
Okay. That was perfect. That was unison. That was the best one ever. That was